And we always get a lot of questions this time of year about best way to control weeds, how to stop weeds from coming up, and how can I get all the weeds out of my garden before I plant. And I've got morning glory growing in my all over the place in my lawn, and I want to get rid of it. So it's a great time of year where it's cool and wet with some nice warm weather in between, and the weeds just love it and they just flourish and take off like crazy. So here at Anderson Seed and Garden, we've got a lot of different solutions to help you get your weeds under control, because there's a lot of weeds out there and a lot of different solutions, and to really get good control on the weeds, you got to have the right solution to get rid of those weeds. So we've got a lot of different choices here. First thing we probably ought to take a look at is sprayers. There's a lot of different ways you can apply your weed killers. My personal favorite sprayer for hose end is this one. It's made by Fertilome, and it's one that you don't have to mix water in. It's like the most simple sprayer ever. You can just take the bottom off the bottle here, and you can put your straight concentrate in there. So say we were going to use our weed-free zone, which is right here, and weed-free zone, we just pour the concentrate right into the bottle here and then reattach it to the sprayer. Of course, you're going to hook the sprayer to the hose, because that's what's going to provide the water. But instead of mixing water in here to make it work, there's a dial up here on the top, and there's an arrow right here along the side of the bottle, and the arrow corresponds to these numbers here, and those numbers mean tablespoons per gallon. So if we use 3 tablespoons per gallon on the weed-free zone, you could adjust that dial to 3 tablespoons. So right there, you can set it on 3 tablespoons because the arrow's right there. And for every gallon that comes out, when you turn the sprayer on, for every gallon that comes out the tip, it will mix 3 tablespoons into the water that comes through and mix it for you automatically, and then you get a perfect spray when you come out. So a sprayer like this is excellent for doing your lawn with. If you're doing a garden area and you just need to cover a large area very quickly, this is a wonderful way to go. It's really easy and simple. When you're all done, if you have some concentrate left in the bottle, you can pour it right back into your bottle of your concentrate, and then rinse this out completely, or rinse it out really well, and you can go ahead and use it the next time for just about anything. So I'll take mine when I'm done using it, put it in the utility sink, and just rinse it out really well, clean it out, maybe use just a little bit of soap just to help get all that residue out, and it's ready to go for the next time. So you can use a sprayer like this for just about anything. But you can also use a pump-up sprayer if you don't have a whole big area to do. Of course, we have gallon and 2 gallon and 3 gallon sprayers, but a small sprayer like this, you can just pump it up and pressurize your concentrate. Once you put your concentrate in, add the water, you pump it up and pressurize it, and then you just push the trigger and it will just spray, and very easy to do, especially for a smaller area. So there's a lot of different options, whether you're going with a tank sprayer or a small handheld sprayer or a hose end sprayer like that one. If we're going after weeds in the lawn, a lot of different weeds. Dandelions are pretty easy to kill, but when you start getting into clover and mallow and thistle and morning glory, get into the really hard to kill weeds, you want to go to a product like the weed-free zone. It works quick, and it works in just a few hours. You'll see the weeds starting to curl up, and it works under cooler temperatures, so as low as 45-degree temperatures during the day. The weed-free zone will still work very well, and it will work in warmer temperatures as well, up to about 90-95 degrees, but if it gets hotter than that, you don't want to use it. It will kill morning glory, wild violets, thistles, mallow, clover, all your really hard to kill weeds. The weed-free zone will take those out with one application, and it just does an amazing job. If you have some areas where you want to just kill everything, because the weed-free zone won't kill grass, so you can use that on lawn and it won't bother your turf at all, but it will kill basically everything else. If you want something that's going to take out everything, like say you want to plant in your garden and you want to take out all those weeds, especially grasses and more difficult to control weeds, you want to switch to the Super Killzall. Now the Super Killzall is the Roundup Ultra formula, so this is a stronger formulation of Roundup, and it will kill everything that you spray it on, but it has very short soil residual, and it won't bother surrounding plants, so it doesn't travel through the soil, doesn't get picked up by the root system, has to go in through the green leafy part of the plant. So the Super Killzall, you can spray that over your garden area, and if the weeds are starting to die within 7 days, you can till that all up and plant right back in there. So 7 days after you sprayed the Super Killzall, you can plant right back in the area where you sprayed it, because it's completely gone, and your plants that you're planting in there won't be affected by it. If you want to do, like say, a gravel driveway or an area where you just don't want anything growing for the rest of the year, you could switch to the Double Play. And the Double Play is the same product as the Super Kills All, so it will kill everything that you spray it on, but it will also stop new weeds from coming up. So there's a pre-emergent mixed in with the Double Play that will prevent new weeds from coming up for about 4 months. So if you were to spray a gravel driveway or even go in and around your planted shrubs and you made sure not to get any Double Play on your shrubs, it would stop new weeds from coming up underneath and around those shrubs or in that gravel driveway and kill everything that was there already. So the Double Play does a great job at killing what's there and preventing new stuff from coming back, and it will literally last almost the entire season with one application. So great way to stop new weeds from coming up as you kill existing weeds. And last but not least, the brush and stump killers for killing really tough stuff. So we're talking about wild roses, sumac that's gotten out of control, any trees that are ones you've cut down and you don't want little suckers coming up all over the place. We'd use the brush and stump killer to go down into the root system and kill those out. Well, basically, like with a wild rose bush, what I would do is I would cut the rose bush off right at the ground level, take the brush and stump killer undiluted, put it right on the fresh cuts. It'll absorb it down in through the root system and kill the entire root system out. So very effective on very difficult to control brush and of course stumps, but really hard to kill weeds as well too. The brush and stump killer is probably one of my most effective, strongest herbicides to take out the stuff that nothing else will work on. So got a lot of options here at Anderson Seed and Garden. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to come in and we'll try and help you find the right product to take care of the weeds that you're trying to control.